The other one's Wednesday, 21st and 22nd. So we don't forget.
Got 9:04 a.m. October 13th, 2020. Call this meeting to order, regular meeting, Commissioners Court, Liberty County, Texas. We have a quorum established. Commissioner Arthur, Commissioner Karbowski are here today, and Commissioner Reeves and Commissioner Wilson are Zooming today. Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Right. First thing, let's get our pledges done. And Lee, if you would lead us in the pledge of flag.
Please face the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please face the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
And Clint, I know you're here if you want to come up and
Father, thank you today for your many blessings. We ask that you protect this court, protect this county, protect this state and this great country, Lord. Today is the first day of voting for our nation, Father. We ask that you secure it. We ask that you be with all the election workers, be with the staff, Father, be with our citizens. Let grace abound, Lord. We ask that you continue to bless this court, and we do things in wisdom, Father. And all these things we ask in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
notices or proclamations today, but public comments, I have just a couple. One of the election is today's early voting, starting of early voting, and I'll get Clint to come up in a few minutes before we start the regular agenda. Discuss some of the questions that he's had tossed over to him over the weekend. One thing he will surely clarify is we're not Harris County, so we're Liberty County. And we have a very strong election office, and we do it right the first time. Also, we lost a very good friend over the weekend, Mr. John Hebert. He, of course, y'all know that he's Stephen Hebert's dad. Stephen being one of our judges, just peace precinct 1, and also John Jr., who serves on the capacity with the Central Appraisal District as a board member. Wonderful family with a wonderful record of public service. We're going to miss Mr. Hebert. He I had the opportunity to talk to him at least once or twice a month when he would call and had different questions, and also some very good advice, be it business advice or be it just life lessons advice. But I will miss him, especially with his involvement with HGAC over the years, and also well, just about anything you can touch in Liberty County he was involved in. Or in trade zone, yeah, for sure. But we're gonna miss him and we're gonna miss his help. But y'all keep the Hebert family in your prayers, if you will, please. Glenn, if you would ease up and give us a little bit of a rundown on the early voting.
Thank you, sir. Yes, it is the first day of early voting. This is the first of 3 weeks of a marathon early voting schedule. This week it's 9 to 4 at the 4 early voting locations that we've always had. The second and third weeks, that's when it goes to late hours from 9 to 7. We do have a Saturday voting as well on the 24th, and of course, election day is 7 to 7. We've got about 1,300 mail-in ballots so far. All of those have been sent out. We're starting to get them back. Every Friday, we've pretty much had to change the way we do elections because of the Supreme Court ruling or some sort of change to election law or suspension of election law. Right now, we have one drop-off box for those that want to drop off their mail-in ballots. That is here at the Liberty County Courthouse. Folks watch Harris County News, and it does a disservice to our fair county. They watch Channel 2, and when Channel 2 says that early voting starts at whatever hour in Harris County, or you can vote over here or over there, the NRG Center, we don't have the NRG Stadium in this county that I know of. People, I want to encourage you to spread the word. Liberty County News does not touch Channel 2 and does not touch Harris County News. You need to look at your local newspapers to find out what's going on about Liberty County elections. We're all over Facebook. We have 2 people that's dedicated. That's all they are doing right now is fighting on Facebook, trying to get out in front of the misinformation. There is a ton of misinformation from both parties at this particular time in our country's history. We're doing the best that we can to set the record straight. If Dwayne would give me an extra $10 million, I would most definitely put an ad on Channel 2, 11, 13, and Telemundo. But I know our county obviously can't handle that. If you have any questions, our elections office is open to serve the public. I've been being chewed out all weekend, but that's okay. That's the job that we signed up to do, and I still love serving the public. But we are having a good election. Our polls open today at 9. There are people that's been in line already in all 3 of our 4 locations since 7 o'clock this morning. People are going to be voting. We'll see what happens. I think 10 minutes ago we opened the polls. My phone is not going off yet, so that's a good thing. But anyway, pray for our office. We're there. We're not perfect, but if you need something, we'll get it fixed. And folks are voting, and I think it's going to be a good, brisk 3 weeks.
You know, one of the questions that came up about the ballots.
Yes, sir.
One, there is no straight party ticket.
Straight party ticket.
Right.
Also, there's another huge post going around from Facebook coming from outside of Texas. In Texas, the law says that we actually, for early voting, I have to sign every single ballot. All right, so that's going to be 13,000 ballots probably of early voting that I'm going to have to sign. That is going to be a mark on the ballot. On election day, your election judge, no matter what location you go to, they actually have to sign the ballot as well. That is marking the ballot. There's a post saying, if anybody marks the ballot, refuse to take that ballot, demand a new one. I don't make the law, I just follow the law. If you do that, then you're not going to vote in this county. We have to sign the ballot. That doesn't mean we're not going to count your ballot. I have seen in this county, actually, even in the last election, little kiddos vote with their parents, and they draw all sorts of pictures over the ballot. I will tell you that we have a very good early voting ballot board, and they will go through the houses and the dogs, and they will find how you voted, and your vote will be counted. So I just wanted to take a quick opportunity to update the court and whoever is listening on social media that Liberty County elections are fine. We do count your ballots no matter what happens. Elections are free and fair in this county. The early voting ballot board is made up of 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats. It is fair according to the law, and that's what we do here.
One other question
Yes, sir.
too. You can vote anywhere. Anyone can vote anywhere at the early voting location because their ballot for their particular precinct is printed out at the time that they show up.
It is. We have 58 ballot stops this election, more than this county has ever had. On election day, you can vote at any location. Early voting, you can vote at any location. It's going to be different. People are asking about sample ballots. You go to my website, there's 4 different sample ballots. The first is a general sample ballot of your state and federal offices. Then you can go to the next page, and that's 167 pages long. There's no easy way to say what your sample ballot is. You need to have your voter registration card, and it will actually tell you. You have to know how to look, and then you will match your particular voting precinct with the particular ballot, and that's your sample voting ballot. If you have an easier way, please let us know, and we will try that. But yes, 58 sample ballots.
One more question. There are some city elections, there's some school board elections, and there's also some drainage district elections.
There are.
And you can still go, say you live in the Raywood area, or Devers area, rather, Raywood, I believe, and you want to vote in the drainage district election, there's 9 people on that ballot.
There are.
And, but I'm running late, I want to get my vote in, so I can stop in Liberty and vote.
You sure can.
Instead of worrying about getting all the way over to Devers on election day. You can get your early voting here, or in Dayton, or in Cleveland,
That is correct.
or in Hardin.
In the jurisdictions, there's also a City of Liberty. If you vote here at the Jack Cartel, you're going to get a green sticker when you walk in and vote your presidential ballot. You're going to go across the room if you so choose, because there's 40 propositions written by lawyers that you can vote on if you so choose. You do not have to vote in that election, but it is there for the citizens of the City of Liberty to make a decision on their charter. It is 40 proposition amendments that's being proposed. That is not on the main ballot because the machines, I know we spent $800,000, but they can't handle that large of a ballot. So we've separated those 2 so folks can quickly vote and cast their ballot and then go about their business.
Okay. So any questions that anyone has, call
936-253-8050 or find us on Facebook.
As Bill Buchanan would say, would you repeat that again, please?
936-253-8050.
Thank you, Clint.
Y'all have a good day, guys.
Good luck to you. Okay. Next item is consent agenda.
Any additions? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna check, it's not really the county, it's all river drainage districts would be the votes. We'll write a check for them for Prosperity Bank for $30,979.79. And also there's some budget amendments, and I believe one that I did at the top, it says fiscal year 2020, that should be fiscal year 2021.
Number 8. That says for the sheriff's office, it should be for the Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Yes, sir.
We sent an email out for that correction, but there you go.
I don't know, the sheriff might need an underwater sonar.
Yeah, I asked him if we buy a boat too, but he wouldn't do that.
But the Texas Parks and Wildlife did ask, and he's here if you have any questions about that.
Jacob, would you come up here for a minute so folks can see you, because it is hunting season almost. And I prefer that they know what you look like before you walk up on them.
Because I would much rather see him in here than out.
Oh,
Well, I'll be wearing this, so. Without the hat.
good to see you. Good job. Come back. Doing great.
Sure.
Anyway, Jake, tell everybody what you do for the county, and you do have a counterpart that works with you very closely.
I do. First of all, my name's Leon. How are you? My name is Jake Noxon, Texas Game Warden here in Liberty County. I do have a partner, Lauren Isles. I've been here going on my 6th year already. Lauren's been here for 2. So this is hunting season. It kicked off October, the first Saturday in October for archery season. And then rifle season is going to begin here first Saturday in November. It'll run till the middle of January. Waterfowl season will carry on from the 1st of November all the way through the end of January. So we'll be out and about. All of our contact information, you can find it online, or you can contact the Sheriff's Department. They'll have our numbers up there. And I can give you my number if you'd like. 936-346-1045. That doesn't go to a dispatcher. That goes directly to me. So what I'm here to talk about today is it's an underwater sonar system. It sounds funny, but what it's going to do, it's going to benefit this county. It's going to benefit the other agencies, first responders of this county, besides just myself. I've been wanting to take care of this piece of equipment. It's high dollar equipment. But with this year being 2020, we've had 3 drownings that I've had to work. And one of them was on a private pond. And then the other 2 was in the Trinity River up at 105. I'm sure everybody heard about it. I had to call in another game warden outside the county to bring this system over to help locate these individuals. What this is going to do, if we have one here in Liberty County, it's going to eliminate the response time to bring somebody over here from outside the county. It's going to benefit the family and ourselves as first responders recovering these bodies. And also it's going to be a lot safer instead of the old method where if you have a drowning victim, you throw a body drag in there and to drag this person out of the water, okay? I know it sounds gruesome. It doesn't look good to the family who's going to be standing on the bank watching you do this the whole time. And if you go off the eyewitness and what you have, what they tell you, the last place they saw them go under, that's what you work off. But with this piece of equipment, it's going to be universal. It's not going to be directly mounted just to my vessel. It's going to be based on what kind of vessel we need for that piece of water. So if we got a private pond, we can mount it onto a canoe or a small john boat. If we got a bigger piece of water, we can put it onto a fiberglass boat. If somebody wanted to donate or use their fiberglass boat, or we could use my boat. But what it's going to do is going to allow us to make a pass over that area that the witness saw them last go down. And doing this for 8 years now, drowning victims, when they go under, no matter how fast the water is moving, they're going to go down. They're going to be within 10 to 20 foot of exactly where they went down. Okay. Now, once they're down there for a very long time, the gas in your body will build up and they'll float. Well, when that happens, then the current, of course, is going to push you. But with this piece of equipment, we'll be able to pass over. And I wish there was a way I could show you some of these pictures, but I sent it to the DA Logan. And I sent it to Billy Knox, the captain. He's seen it. I think the sheriff probably saw it as well. But if you've never worked a drowning in your life and you use this piece of equipment and you make a clean pass over this individual, you're going to be able to tell that is a human body on the bottom, okay? So once we do that and we mark it, then we can drop a buoy and then we can call in a dive team. I know we don't have a dive team here in Liberty County, but we reach out to the other surrounding counties to bring this dive team in. They go down, make the full recovery, we put them in the bag and bring them out, okay? That's a lot cleaner. It's more humane, you could say, than throwing a body drag with huge hooks trying to catch this person and bring them out. But that's why I came here to talk about that.
Appreciate you doing so, Logan.
It can help more than just drowning victims. It can help in criminal investigations where a body may be in a body of water. You could actually locate the body where otherwise you would be, kind of just fishing in the dark, if you will, for that kind of, that's maybe a bad example for this, but maybe it's an appropriate example for this. Because you can find something you otherwise would not likely to be able to.
Actually, we did have a underwater recovery team in the 60s and 70s, which I was on it.
Really?
Yeah, but it went by the wayside. But,
You still have your scuba gear?
Sure do.
There you go.
Got the tanks reared up, ready to go. But now, with the old way we used to do it was they'd tie a rope around the first person, and we'd have a group of folks on the bank, and they'd tie a rope around your waist, and you had another rope that was tied. My hand or wrist, and it was a 5-foot stretch out to the next person, and we'd work it in buddies, and they would let us out a little at a time. We'd make a sweep. And you're right, they never moved very far from where they were, and it was always, and the Trinity River was a rough site to swim up on somebody because of the expression. And I don't know if it was their expression or mine, whenever we would swim up on it, but that's how we found it. I appreciate the sonar, it's an excellent.
Definitely.
Thank you, we appreciate you.
I have one more. Before I nearly forgot, Clint wants to utilize some of the custodial workers to clean up the voting locations after hours. And this would be paid out of the, those CARES Act grants.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's what,
Yeah, we do have money there, yeah.
and he's not to spend any money to clean up for the coronavirus. We're just gonna run everything past their 40s, gonna go through that coronavirus.
All right. Jake, thank you so much, appreciate you. Good luck with your hunting season this year.
Hey, thank you.
Just remember, if you break the law, well, punishment is justice for the unjust. Okay. And he will catch you.
Kim, you got anything else?
I don't, thank you.
I'm good, we're approved, consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion from Greg, from Bruce to approve. Consent agenda, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. The motion is unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. 7.1, Mr. Gott's here today. Presentation of fiscal year 2019 financial statement and single audit report by Albert Garcia, Stark Garcia, and Stanley LLC. Y'all come up and have a visit, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Garcia. Mr. Garcia. Would you give,
This morning.
would you give an extra to Jay for me to pick up later on?
Yeah, I got plenty of copies.
Thank you.
Okay, we give a short presentation on this.
Yes, sir.
As you know, this is the most unusual years. Not only when you do a first year audit, there's usually a little bit more time involved. Now, throw in a conversion, throw in the pandemic, throw in some hurricane scares. Took a little bit more time than would we like. But we have issued an unmodified report, which is basically a clean report. The county's records are fairly presented. That's the kind of report you would like. The statement of net position, there's two types of financial statements in here. The first set is if we were a for-profit business. And the bond analysts, they like looking at this report. And the statement of net position is $156,000. Now, the last couple of years, there's been a couple of pronouncements where governments are having to report their liabilities of the pension, other benefits. And so as of September 30th, 2019, the county is reporting about $37,000 or $37 million in liabilities. And this is just these are just a book. It's not like the county has lost $37 million. It's just a reporting function. If these statements weren't implemented, that 156,000 would be 37,156,000. Okay, so it's just a reporting function. The general fund is reporting $16 million, and it's an increase of $3.4 million for the year. It's a good increase for the county. $16 million of fund balance represents about 50% of your operating expenditures. So you like to see increases. That's good. Road and Bridge is about 2.3 million, and it was almost at a break even for the year. Capital projects is about 1.8 million. It had a decrease, but that's design.
when you issue maintenance tax notes or you have bonds, it's designed to spend those funds. And in this case, we have the maintenance tax note of $2.6 million to buy voting machines and a couple of pieces of capital items. Debt service had about $319,000, and it decreased from the year, but again, it's still showing a positive amount. The health insurance fund is about $74,000, and that's a positive increase from the years prior. So there's a lot of activity with the health insurance. General fund budget was balanced. Revenues were about $2.3 million to the good. Expenses fell below about $1.3 million. So that's where we have the $3.4 million increase in fund balance. And as far as some of the single audit reports and the financial statements, we report no material weaknesses for the year, which is good. One thing that we did do, and we do this with several clients, is we do some digital analysis. We take your expenditures and we kind of look for anomalies. And I was kind of expecting an anomaly with the county just because there's a lot of activity. And the analysis came back and it showed you guys were right in line with the curve of what we call Benford's analysis. So that was nice to see. So there was no spike in certain amount of numbers or digits and whatnot. So that was promising. But other than that, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
So I take it our auditor in their office is doing a good job.
Yeah, I was going to close with that. I was going to say, I'd like to thank Dwayne and his staff. One thing, where's Harold today? We used to audit the county several years ago, and it was Harold and a couple of Darlene and another staff. Well, Dwayne has Angela, Natalie, Tara, and Darlene as well. Mm-hmm. And so we weren't having to dig as we used to do with Harold. Dwayne's staff and his department has been great, and Kim as well was able to provide me a lot of information. Right. So it's nice to see the accounting function for the county. So we're doing good.
I like the idea of the general fund being balanced. That's about one that I get to be the most picky about. Of course, road bridge guys don't let me touch theirs for some reason, but.
And one thing with the general fund balance, the commissioners can commit certain amounts to that. Like now we got this pandemic. We can kind of say, hey, there's some terminology that's changed, but let's designate a reserve a certain amount of this fund balance for whatever the case may be. And so you like to see the increase in fund balance just for hurricane. And then, that way you have some funds available, some call this rainy day funds. So, right. Other than that.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And that is just for information only, correct, Dwayne? That's only for information only. Right. So there's no action necessary.
And Dwayne, thank you for your staff for a great job.
Yeah, especially when you look down here, the county bonds are rated AA stable by Standard & Poor's Rating Services. It took a while to get back to that, but after falling 15, it jumped back up to 17. We're still hanging there, and I think probably would have been even a higher rating had we not had to wade through the weeds with this COVID business, and then also a downturn probably not just in revenues in general, but also sales tax revenues.
Well, and the one thing too that was kind of nice to see is the county doesn't have a lot of up until recent, but there's not a lot of debt. Which is good. We have some clients that are 300, 400 million in bonds and debt, so and it's compared to a lot, but it's nice to see.
Well, I say it once, I say it about 20 times. Dwayne and his group are tighter than an E-Phillips string. That's that little big string. Real tight. And they always give us the opportunity when we want walk off into something, a major expenditure, it's like, are you sure you need this? I feel like I'm talking to dad. So we appreciate the job y'all do. Thank you so much. Y'all give them a hand, guys. I appreciate it. Matthew, there's no action on that side.
No, yeah.
All right. 7.2, Mr. Gott's here today. Consider and approve COVID hazard food pay that was approved on August 25th, 2020. District Attorney, County Attorney, and Constables 3, 4, 5, and 6. I believe we've finally gone through that quite well.
Right, this, what I put here, you know, look at, I don't know how many hours everybody worked in these departments. This is, we were just tasked to see if there was enough money in each of these departments to pay the hazardous duty pay, $8 for law enforcement and $4 for non-commissioned people. And we basically took the number of hours from August 25th till September 30th and divided by 8 or $4 an hour and times it by 1.25 to get the benefit cost. And this is the maximum cost for each one of these departments. And as you can see, every department, cost 3, 4, 5, 6, county attorney and district attorney, there's enough money remaining in their personnel line items to pay this. The only, I've talked to Matthew about this. Y'all specify county attorney, district attorney. That's the departments. Okay, now county attorney and district attorney, county attorney has mental health and district attorney has courthouse security, but those, they're under those two elected officials, but those departments weren't named in the proclamation on August 25th. So unfortunately, I do not feel that those are going to be eligible for this payment. So anyway, I'm going to get this form. Kim has time, you know, she can do the heavy lifting and figure out the final approval. This is, it is what it is.
Yeah. Any discussion? What's the court's pleasure? Entertain a motion.
Make a motion we approve.
I second.
Got a motion from Leon, a second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Likewise, nays. That motion does carry unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 7.3, Commissioner Wilson. Consider to approve adding board members Mike Honeycutt and Shannon DeClante to EST number 1. That's the EST that's in the Kennebec area, correct?
Correct. This is just a simple replacement of, we had one that had to step down. Just a simple replacement of 2 individuals that were qualified to handle this job.
I move to approve the recommendation.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That is unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. 7.4, Fire Marshal. Bill Huckabee is here with us today to consider and approve our fiscal year 2021 contracts and agreements between Liberty County and EST 3, EST 7. Tarleton Volunteer Fire Department, Plum Grove Volunteer Fire Department, Dayton Volunteer Fire Department, Cypress Lakes, I'm just going to just call them as they see them here, Kennebec, Holidays out of Raywood, Devers, Highway 321, Woodpecker, North, Liberty County, Moss Bluff, City of Liberty, Cleveland, Fire Department for Fire Protection Services, South Liberty County Hazardous Material and Emergency Response Team for Special Hazardous Emergency Services. Did I miss any? I don't think I did. And then Liberty County Firefighters Association. And Bill, we've always had a contract with the Firefighters Association, am I correct?
Correct, yeah.
That's because we do fund y'all very minutely, but we do fund y'all somewhat.
Correct.
And what's nice about this, we used to have a battle to get these contracts signed, and sometimes we would see them finally executed after the 1st of January. But with Bill's help and with this group, here we are in the very first meeting in October, and they're all ready and they're signed and they're ready to go. So thank you. What's the court's pleasure?
Bill, is all these departments, they're all ready to sign, correct?
They're all signed, they're ready, they're in Dwayne's office now.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. Further discussion?
Thank you very much, Bill.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carried unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 7.5, Liberty County Sheriff Bobby Rick, consider and approve estimate for Texas Elite Electrical Services for installation of data ports with exposed conduit, $8,700 for the jail only, or $17,500 for the jail and administration building.
Judge, I'm gonna let Matt Lanier, Mr. Lanier, and Nick, both those young men have been going through with the fine tooth comb, seeing what we need. So I'm gonna let him handle this one and the next agenda item.
And there's a special reason for this, as y'all all know, that the sheriff now runs the jail. It's with a lot of help. And
Exactly.
there are some upgrades that need to be taken care of since Geo is no longer with us in Baton Rouge. Maybe y'all can explain these to us.
Yes, sir. And I'd like to at first start off by clarifying the Texas Elite bid. There's a little discrepancy there. The two numbers that were provided there are actually kind of a best case scenario and worst case scenario. The admin building itself is perfectly fine. We don't have to do anything to admin. This is strictly in the jail itself. The network and telephone infrastructure does need to be redone. We've got wires hanging from ceilings, just falling, splices that have been cracked with electrical tape over the years. And what we don't know, this is primarily concentrated the elite electrical on the east end of the jail. What we don't know is why the wires were drilled below the ceiling, through each wall, through every office. So best case scenario, if we can get our guys above the ceilings to run all the wires above the ceiling, Elite will just do stub ups for us.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, if we find the reason why they had to go below the ceiling, the 16,000 was it? Quoted?
17,500.
17,500, that would be for them to redo all conduit work below the jail, below the ceiling of the jail.
Okay.
So our hope is to get everything to the lower cost, but it could also end up being an 80-20, 60-40. We just don't know until we get above the ceiling and start trying to run wires and see where we can and cannot get.
So basically a minimum 87, maximum.
Correct.
17,000.
And we want to keep it to the 87, but the worst case scenario would be the highest end.
All right, any discussion?
Make a motion to approve.
Yes, second.
Got a motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen.
Everything I've heard, transition's running pretty smooth.
So far, yes, sir.
7.6, also the County Sheriff's Office consider and approve estimate received from A1 Telecom for phone system expansion and network infrastructure totaling $22,925. Pay that.
Yes, sir. This coincides with the previous item. This is just going to be to rewire and do the entire network and telephone infrastructure in the jail, utilizing the conduit work that Texas Elite will provide for us. New phones, well, not a new phone system. We're using emergency management's phone system. Has plenty of capacity, so it saves the county from having to buy a phone system. We're just getting new phones for the jail to tie into that system, plus some additional licensing to expand that system to accept their capacity.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. That motion carries unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, man.
7.7, County Attorney Matthew Poston, consider and approve amendment to interlocal agreement regarding temporary payment of Liberty CSCD employee salary.
Yes, yeah.
Let's get the acronyms down here on this one, okay?
As y'all will recall, the probation department has historically served with Liberty and Chambers County. It is now splitting, so Chambers County will have its own probation department. But in the interim, they needed a director level position to be able to kind of jump through all the hoops that the state will require to set up that new agency down south. And so because the payroll for that was coming through from Liberty County, the Chambers County wanted to more or less reimburse us for a position that now will be only helping them, right? So we entered into an interlocal. Well, when they got a little ways into it, they realized that, like Dwayne roughly mentioned, they didn't multiply times 1.25% or whatever to get the benefits included. And so this amendment will help us by actually reflecting the true cost of that employee. So, yeah, I would urge all to pass it.
Just one employee only, correct?
Yes, it's just the one employee. Yeah, nothing, no substantive big changes. Chambers County's getting very good. They've actually who noticed this issue and brought it to our attention.
I always like to get money out of Judge Sylvia.
Yeah.
I move to be approved.
Got a motion from Greg to approve.
Second.
Got a second from Commissioner Reeves. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries unanimous. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Matthew.
Judge, if we could go back to 7.2 for clarification,
Mhm.
if you don't mind.
No.
On the agenda and the attachment, Mr. Gott provided you all with the total, the maximum cap on the hazard pay cost. And on that list includes the actual mental health officer for the county attorney and the courthouse security officers for the district attorney. But Mr. Gott said that they were not approved on the August 25th meeting. So I want to clarify that that's your intention, because they are on the list for today.
No, I just didn't scratch it out.
Okay. So they're not included.
That's not included.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess the question for the court would be, what was your intent on August the 25th? So if your intent was, by saying the phrase district attorney or county attorney, were you intending that it include mental health officers and courthouse security? That would be a clarification in the motion. And if it was, if it wasn't, but that's, yeah. Dwayne, please, if I disagree.
I mean, yeah, it's a sticking point, it's not specifically approved,
In your money figure, were they included in what you?
Well, they were just included on when she originally ran the spreadsheet, she included it, and that's why it's italics, it's not in regular print.
But if we change this, aren't we going to have to disregard our vote?
Well, I think it's like, I'm kind of everything's one way or the other, the way I kind of looked at it, y'all didn't say nothing about the mental health officers, and you didn't say nothing about courthouse security, but you didn't say nothing about the other constables too, so.
Correct, it wasn't on the agenda.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask,
And we just approved of what was on the agenda.
what was exactly worded on the
Right.
agenda?
So I don't see anything that's changed. Do you, Matthew?
Well, yeah, so in my mind, it's, maybe it's not so, black or white.
Matthew, would you step up to the, I can't hardly hear you, brother. Would you step up, please?
I don't know that it's so black and white. So the question is what was the court's intent on August 25th? And I can't really imagine a scenario where we would be ferreting out this sort of issue
I mean, this is kind of unique. So the question is whenever we have an agenda item that says by department, county attorney, district attorney, is using that phrase and what was being discussed on that day, was it the court's position to treat the mental health division of the county attorney's office as the county attorney's office, and courthouse security of that is managed by the district attorneys as the district attorney's office?
I can tell you that was my intent.
Yeah.
I agree, it would make it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Is the money there?
Okay. So there is no clarification further to be considered.
I think as long as everything's above board and that we have reconciled a very legitimate question though, to what y'all's intent was, I think we're good. But
should we go back to that and make a motion to amend to clarify, just amendment to clarify?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I think that'd be fair.
Okay. So I agree with you. One, two.
In the future, if y'all want to do hazardous pay, that's your privilege. But if y'all want to set up a system of hazardous duty pay, I would recommend strongly that y'all adopt a policy for it.
Amen.
Just messing with the personnel budget after it's adopted.
It's rough.
Yeah. Road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I'll agree. All right, I need a motion to rescind the previous vote and go back to it.
I move that we amend the previous motion to include, just for clarification, the additional of personnel that was mentioned by the county attorney.
And district attorney.
And, well, he mentioned both of them. Okay.
Just one more clarification for the vote second. This would exclude the constables on Mr. Knox's list for today.
One and two, 3, 4, 5,
and 6. Yeah.
So it would include Constable 3, Constable 4, Constable 5, Constable 6, all of the listed employees for the county attorney's office, all of the listed employees for the district attorney's office, at the number of hours that those elected officials specify, because this is the cap.
That's what I'm,
Yeah.
That's the way I understand it.
Leon, you got that?
I couldn't hardly hear, Jay.
It was just clarification that we do include the constables 3, 4, 5, and 6. And Booze, that you got that one too?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is going to be paid out of last year's budget. It's not going to be budgeted in this year's budget because they performed the work in the fiscal year 2020.
All right, with that clarification, all in favor say aye.
No, we don't have a second.
I'll second.
Oh, sorry. That was a motion for Greg. Second for Bruce. Now, all in favor say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries with clarifications. All right. Back down to 7.8. Commissioner Korowski, consider and approve FEMA property maintenance agreement with Liberty County and Barney Hudson on property identified as FEMA property located at 4615 County FM 1409 and County Road 460, Dayton, Texas.
Matthew, is this just a continuation from last year, just a renewal?
I'm not sure on this one specifically, I believe so. Well,
Yeah, I remember it last year because this is the first I have any knowledge of either one of these that are posted for me.
Oh.
I mean, this is.
I thought you would brought it.
I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a continuation of the gentleman that already has both of these properties, 7, 8, and 7, 9. For 7, 8, make a motion to approve.
Second.
Yeah, motion for Bruce, second for Greg to approve on 7 and 8. All in favor say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. 7, 9. Consider approving property management agreement with Liberty County and Karen Marie Bates property identified as FEMA. Property located at 1277 County Road 1333 in Lake Granada. And this is also a continuation.
Yes. Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. 7.10, Commissioner Wilson's consider and approve renewal of the interlocal agreement between Liberty County Precinct 4 and the City of Dayton for road maintenance. And this is just a renewal, correct, Leon?
Yeah, it's just your standard interlocal agreement between two entities.
Okay.
Make the motion we approve.
Motion from Leon, second from Greg to approve. All in favor say aye. Likewise, nays. The motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 7.11, permit department, David. Information item concerning general land office grant application for the Hurricane Harvey MIT MIT competition. Is that mitigation?
Mitigation. Unfortunately, this morning I find myself in the position of being the bearer of bad tidings. We have been working for 2 months with our engineering firm, LJA, and also with the grant consultants, GrantWorks. We cannot structure a grant application this year that will scope. We've looked at every way. The General Land Office has put so many requirements on our grant application process. Number one, you have to meet 51% low to moderate income beneficiaries. Number two, your areas of target all have to be contiguous to each other. So no longer can you spread out and do projects in small pockets.
This is on the meeting that we.
This is the meeting we had in my office, Commissioner Harper and Commissioner Kowalski were there. And there's just nothing out there now. Commissioner Wilson, you've got major issues with 602. And we continue to see if we can find something for 602. But right now, there's just nothing on the horizon. Sorry, brother.
Is this the $6 million grant and buyout and all
No, sir. No, sir. This is that money's already in hand. The housing project, the buyout program, it's rolling. Everything's good. We're getting ready. I believe it's by April.
Yeah.
We should be ready to start on our projects for roads and drainage. It's just unfortunate, and I've had several conversations with our good friend, Mr. Will Carter, to see if he can do something about this low mod issue.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just
killing has waived almost to zero.
It's just killing us.
And this is a state issue though with
Well, actually, it goes up to HUD. This is all HUD money coming down to the state, and then the state is putting together their application package. And so this is the state's requirement, but it's being pushed by HUD. So again, I hate to be bearer of ill tidings, but that's just where we're at, guys.
Thank you, David.
All right, that's information.
Information on.
Not the information we want to get.
No, sir, it's certainly not something that makes me happy.
All right, 7.12, David, it's considered approved proposed ordinance that updates the county's flood damage prevention ordinance.
We had a public hearing on that a little bit earlier. I think everything was fleshed out at that time. So I'll just hush and let you guys vote on it.
Okay. What's your pleasure?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Don't sit down yet, David.
One more.
Consider and approve updated resolution for on-site septic facilities. That was also.
We had a public hearing a little earlier. Everything was discussed on it. So I'll leave it right there and ask you to vote on it.
Make a motion to approve.
There. Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
I'm done, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Next, 7.14, Commissioner Guy, consider and approve Board of Commissioner Precinct 1 granting Arthur as department head over Fund 80 landfills. So we're gonna have one person running all the landfills.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got.
You put all the landfill on one budget item, since I've got four of them already. I've got four of them already, and y'all can take that one.
All I say is better using me.
It's a dirty job.
Change him from precinct 1 to precinct 2.
In other words, Greg will be over all the landfills.
I'm already over four of them, and there's only one other one in Raywood.
We took the landfills out of the road bridge budget this year, and then they're all separate.
Kim could do that at your office, be aware of that.
Not something I really wanted to do, but it makes sense. You know, I'll do it.
Make a motion to approve.
I would seriously like for us to consider privatizing these dumps.
I would too.
We're looking at that.
We
I
are,
think we still got some contract time with.
we do, there's one of them that's, I think, another year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne's on top of that. As soon as we get appraisal, contract obligations, we'll be looking at that.
What's the court's pleasure? We have a motion and a second.
I just made a motion, you need a second.
So let's vote.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Here you go, Dave. Man, I thought I had to get a fishing line out on that. That motion carries. Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. 7.15, Lee, consider and approve the contract with Data Preservation Services to service and store the film copies from the Liberty County Clerk's office for $4,914 being paid with the County Clerk Records Management Fund.
DPS is the company that's doing our archive preservation work. We have a bunch of film, a lot of film that our old company, the one that we are closing out and replacing with Tyler Eagle, Thomson Reuters, they have it in storage. I'm not even sure they've got it well stored. But anyway, we have a bunch of film. Data preservation is going to get it, sort through it, see what's a duplication, see what kind of shape it's in, get it fixed up so that we can keep it. I think at some point in the future, maybe we can, this is a secondary backup system that we had for the Thomson Reuters system. We may be able to get rid of it. We've been paying a lot of money for this service. This is significantly less than we've been paying. And like I said, I'm looking at eventually phasing it out, but right now, by law, we have to keep the film, and this is to move the film to DPS, so it can be better taken care of from Thomson Reuters, so.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Bruce. Second, Greg, to approve, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 7.16, Harold, it's always good to have you here with us today. We're going to talk a little bit about considering approved solicitation for bids for asphalt overlay, County Road 678, County Road 677, or Road and Bridge number 3.
Yeah, on the, should have in your package, the specs provided by Mr. Reeves, called for 4,048 feet for CR 678 and 4,160 feet for CR 677. And he wants to change to 677, he's only gonna do 1,000 feet.
Make the motion to approve.
Got a motion from Leon, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. 7.17, Harold, once again, consider approved purchase of vans for the jail. Board contract number 60119 for $37,686 each, plus buy board fee. Estimated delivery is, might be 6 months away. At least we got them ordered now. We just need to approve the purchase.
Yeah, purchasing law allows us to buy through co-ops. But for transparency, I would like to know the district court, so everybody knows what's going on. You should have in the package that did quote from Caldwell Country, I think. And it's they gave us a quote for 3. But my understanding is we bought one last year, budget, we can buy 2 this year.
Correct.
We're buying 2.
Or 9-2.
We've already bought 1, so that's a total of 3.
3, yeah, so I'm just trying to say the quote on there's for 3, so it's gonna be just for 2 of them.
If we're hanging on with that other money for another reason.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce. Second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries unanimously. Thank you, gentlemen. Don't say aye yet, here, we got one more thing to do. Consider approved purchase of a service truck for Road and Bridge number 4, by board contract number 601-19 for $39,564.
Okay, this is 3 by board, of course, and it's Chastain Ford in Houston. And same thing as the last, just for information purposes, but I would like to approve it officially.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion, second,
I second.
for Bruce. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nay. Motion carries unanimous, gentlemen.
Make a motion to adjourn.
A motion from Bruce to adjourn. Second from Greg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. We are adjourned.
Next meeting is on 30 minutes.